defense? Yeah. Okay. Woo! All good. Okay, here we go. Well, good morning, fastball fans, and welcome back to Keterson Park in Mitchell, Ontario, the 2024 ISC Canada East Qualifier Tournament. This is the winner's bracket final. Bear Creek Express on the field in white, coming to the plate. Hill United Chiefs all in black this morning, and it is going to be a treat. Adam Falkard, for the first time in 12 years, pitching against the Hill United Chiefs. I asked Adam this morning, any extra motivation? No, mate, just another softball game. Got to think that there is some extra motivation for sure for Adam Falkard making his debut for the Bear Creek Express. Blair Setford with you on Softball Premier TV. Thanks for joining us on your Sunday morning. Number 2 in the world, Hill United Chiefs. Number 3 in the ISC rankings, Bear Creek Express. Last year, they finished number 2 and number 4 at the ISC World Tournament. There's the batting order for the Hill United Chiefs. Shane Boland leading things off, followed by Brad Ezekiel, Nick Shales, Bruno Matroni in the 4 spot, Quentin Bruce, Lenny Viavazzo, Tony Gonzalez. Nick White starts in right field, and in the 9 spot, Josh McGovern. Adam Falkard zips in the first pitch at 81 miles an hour. Defensively for the Bear Creek Express, second pitch of the game, and in for a strike. Defensively for the Express, Travis Jones in left, Jordan Pomeroy in center, Colin Walsh is in right field. Round the horn, it is Brandon Horn at third. Thomas Anoka moves over to shortstop from second base. Tyler Pauli does the switch as well. Jason Hills at first. Ryan Boland behind the plate, catching for Adam Falkard. Drop ball just down low. They ask on the swing, no. And if you're just getting in with us here on Softball Premier TV, it's Blair Setford. Joe Todd is rambling around the park. Shane Boland, leadoff batter for the Hill United Chiefs, reaches out, pokes this one foul, and you are right. You're seeing Adam Falkard pitching against the Hill United Chiefs, making his debut, as we said, for the Bear Creek Express. This was an off-season move, and there is the umpire cam making its debut here at the Canada East qualifier. Fouled again out of play. Our home plate umpire, Genevieve Gaudreau. Out on first base, it's Frankie Billingsley. Kelly Murphy is doing the third base duties today for the Blue Crew. Rise ball from Falkard, foul back to the screen. A good battle here with the erstwhile teammates. Drop ball down, a little squib, and that's going to take a hard left turn at the line and go foul. Boland will take his time ambling back to the right side batter's box. Boland is going to fight the urge to go out and have a mound visit. Breeze has picked up a little bit here, mostly blowing left to right across the outfield, maybe a little bit in from left field right now. Called strike 3, the outside corner. Boland down on strikes to lead off the game. Look for that pitch a lot from Adam Folker, the drop ball on the outside corner. So Bradley Ezekiel will step in. Hill 8-1 winners yesterday morning over the Townsend Tide, and then in a real barn burner of a game last night against the Toronto Batmen. 2-1, Tony Gonzalez, a home run in the bottom of the sixth, the difference in that one. Just off the plate, ball one. These two obviously no strangers from a teammate perspective. High hopper, picked up by the shortstop. And Anoka waited for the extra bounce. Bradley Ezekiel beats that out. Tommy Anoka got caught in between on the hops, and Bradley Ezekiel still runs very well and aboard with an infield single. Going to bring up Nick Shales. And you get a look across Diamond Day here at Keterson Park in Mitchell. Rise ball in for ball one. And that's going to be poked foul out of play. So 1 ball, 1 strike. These two probably know as much about each other as anybody. Drop ball on the inside corner, or just off of it rather. 2-1. Teammates all the years on the Chiefs, but also on the Aussie Steelers. A couple of world championships. This one is drilled out to left, but coming across, Travis Jones makes the catch, and a good strong throw in, and retreating back to the bag is Bradley Ezekiel. On a line out to left, but Travis Jones, right man, right spot. So 2 down. Bruno Matroni to the plate. Bruno 3 for 3 last night in the game against the Toronto Batmen. Every hit by Bruno was to the left side last night too. First pitch swinging, and that is going to be foul territory, but coming in and up against the fence, but it just falls on the other side. Jason Hill thought he was going to have a play on that, but just the other side of the fence. In and out of the glove of Boland, and he and Bruno arguing over a little bit of real estate there. Folker liked the one that came in from out of play a little bit better, so we'll get reset. On the move is Ezekiel, throw down and out on the tag coming across. Tommy Anoka drops the tag down on Bradley Ezekiel. Real strong throw. Watch the throw here from Boland. Good pitch to handle. And Anoka with the tag. So we'll go to the home half of the first, the Chiefs. Can't push anything across in the top. We'll see what the Express can do in the bottom. Coming up.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
To Keterson Park for the bottom of the first inning, the winners bracket final, the ISC Canada East qualifier. There's the batting lineup for the Bear Creek Express. Jordan Pomeroy leading things off. Brandon Horn, Tommy Anoka. Ryan Boland moves into the cleanup spot. Colin Walsh, Tyler Pauli in the 6 hole. Jason Hill moves up a spot to 7. Wayne Laulu, the designated player, in the 8 spot. Travis Jones stays in the 9 spot for the Bear Creek Express. Defensively for the Hill United Chiefs, left to right across the outfield, it's Quentin Bruce in left, Brad Ezekiel in center, as he has been for the last 10-12 years. In right field, it's Nick White today. And then around the horn, Nick Shales at third, Shane Boland at short. Lenny Villavazzo, the newcomer, is at second base. Tony Gonzalez at first. Roman Godoy from Argentina pitching to his countrymate Bruno Matroni. Jordan Pomeroy, very famous for that catch last year at this event, viewed over 2 million times on social media. Pomeroy getting a lot of attention on the national team scale right now for Team Canada too, looking to secure a spot ultimately for the World Cup next year. Got to think that he is in solid contention for that. Fouled back to the screen, stays at 0-2. Pomeroy, the game-winning RBI in their opener on Friday night. A unexpectedly close affair with the Chippewa Chiefs. Pami Madzalukwa throwing a gem for Chippewa. They had the lead late in that game going into the bottom of the 7th inning. The Express were trailing 1-0, but ultimately managed to push across 2 in the inning and escape, let's put it that way, with a 2-1 win. Godoy misses inside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Godoy has all the pitches, a world-class changeup. He throws hard, but then can gear it down to 77 on the drop ball as Pomeroy swings over the top. Brandon Horn to the dish, one of the best 2 hitters in the game. Will hit the ball gap to gap, singles and doubles, throwing the odd triple. can execute when called upon, which is increasingly rare in the men's game these days. Had a notion to go, and they're going to ask. No, says our third base umpire, Kelly Murphy. We'll show you the umpire cam again shortly, but we've got that innovation going here today, making its debut appearance at the Canada East qualifier. Just off the outside corner. Godoy thought he hit the corner. That one's upstairs. Tried to reach back and overthrow that one a little bit, I think. Godoy come over to the Chiefs from JB, where he's been the last couple of years. Big cut by Horn. One hopper right to Godoy. He'll make the quick turn and flip to first for the out. And in for a strike to Tommy Anoka. Hitting third in the order today. Moved up a little bit. Also moved over to short, as we said. Some versatility. Tommy mostly known as an outfielder over the years, but has done some infield duty here and there. Chopper on the infield stays down, and Lenny Villavazzo handles that with ease. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Roman Godoy, the Hill United Chiefs. Scoreless through one in the winner's bracket final. Called strike to Quentin Bruce, who is in the batter's box. Volkert with the lean and in with a rise ball, up and out of the zone. 1-1 to Quentin Bruce. And this was essentially the trade in the offseason between Bear Creek Express and the Hill United Chiefs. Quentin Bruce, he watched the Chiefs play on TV all those years on our streaming telecasts, and it was his favorite team growing up through the 2010s, and had the opportunity to come over to the Chiefs. And Adam Volkert, after more than a decade of duty, was a free agent. He came to Bear Creek. So while not an official trade, it's kind of what it looks like. This one misses down and away. 3-1 to Quentin Bruce. Quentin, 2 years ago, unprecedented. All-World at ISC, at the WBSC, All-Canadian, All-American. Never been done before, making the all-tournament teams in all 4 of those tournaments in the same season. Full count, had a notion to go after it. Good swing by Bruce, fouled it straight back to the screen. So we'll do this again. Full count on Bruce, leading things off here in the bottom of the second inning. Swing and a miss off the outside corner. Down goes Quentin Bruce. So Lenny Villavazzo, another so-called free agent acquisition by the Chiefs in the offseason. Villavazzo and Roman Godoy, who's pitching with JB the last couple of seasons. And I guess it was questionable whether Bob Berger and JB was going to be back, but Godoy and Villavazzo coming over to the Chiefs, and what a couple of great pickups as he laces this one out the left, turns the corner, slides into second with a double. Lenny Villavazzo, one of the best young hitters in the game, and you drop him into this lineup, and that's what you're going to get is some excitement. So Tony Gonzalez, the hero of last evening's game in the semifinal, to propel Hill United into this winner's bracket final. Takes ball one low. Adam's got the wristband on, similar to what they do with Team Australia with the signals. It's almost like a code. You put in the code and gives you the pitch, the location. And with a runner on second base, they've gone to that for the signs. One and two. Rise ball up and away. A lot of adjustments will have to be made. Volkert and Boland, to my knowledge, have only ever worked together once. That was a brief session in 2016 down in St. John's. Adam and the Hill United Chiefs came down a little bit early, and they played in a league game in St. John's one night. Laced by Gonzalez. Villavazo's got to dance out of the way. He's going to come around third, throw out the e-break. They go to second, and it bobbles out of the glove, and perhaps an ill-advised throw trying to get Tony Gonzalez. I don't think they had a chance to get him, and it went out of the glove of Tyler Pauli. So that allows Villavazo to score, and it brings Gonzalez up to third. Real strong throw from Pomeroy. So the double by Villavazo, cashed by Tony Gonzalez, who's had some good at-bats, and Nick White, the opportunity to face Adam Falkert. Offers on the bunt and takes the strike. Nick White blessed with great wheels. Talked last night that if it hits the ground twice, you're probably not going to get Nick White at first base. I know they're working with Nick down in Nova Scotia, Chris Hopewell and others, on seeing whether he can develop the slap game, which we don't see very much of at the top level anymore. Todd King, who was renowned for that a couple of decades back, somebody that they've had talking to Nick White, just into his 20s, blessed with a ton of talent, getting a look by Team Canada in his second year here with Hill United. Called strike three here, down on strikes, can't get the bat off the shoulder on that one. So Nick White, second out of the inning, and we'll go to Josh McGovern. Josh done a fair bit of catching on the Aussie Steelers with Adam the last cycle. So Villavazo, the leadoff double, comes in on the hit and the error combo with Tony Gonzalez. Tony's still out at third base. A couple of strikeouts here in the inning as well to get us to this point. Hill United drawing first blood. Swings through the drop ball in the inside corner. Good location there for Adam Falkert. And just misses low. And over the top again, good drop on the corner from Falkert, this time the outside corner. This one is laced foul down the left side. Some fancy footwork by Tony Gonzalez to get out of the way of that one, even in foul territory. You don't want to take one of those off the ankle. Just off the outside corner, ball four. A good at bat by Josh McGovern to work a walk and put runners on the corners. And this is a brilliant trade here for the Hill United Chiefs, as they will get the 2 out. Oh, no, they will not. Actually, Josh is not catching today. So I retract all of that. Josh, the DP. I was about to say that they would get Nick White to run for Josh, but they don't. Nick would, they'll be running for Bruno Matroni today. Shane Boland back to the top of the shop, swings over a drop ball. Shane called on strikes, leading off the first. We want to say hello to Janet Boland, who's got a rooting interest in both sides of this game. Fouled off to the screen. Older brother Ryan behind the plate. Shane Boland at the plate. Chopper on the infield, fielded by Brandon Horn. The flip to first. They work out of that jam. They strand 2, but Hill United breaks out on top with a run in the bottom of the second through 2 complete. It is the Hill United Chiefs 1, the Bear Creek Express no score.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
So after a very long bottom of the second inning, top of the second inning rather, we'll go to the bottom half. I think I incorrectly said that we were through to complete. We're not. Just felt like it. Ryan Boland leading things off, and he looks at a 44.5 footer from Roman Godoy in the dirt to lead things off. Boland, Colin Walsh, Tyler Pauli, 4, 5, and 6 for the Bear Creek Express. Fouls that one off out of play. Ryan from the Goulds in Newfoundland and Labrador, just outside of St. John's. Fouls that one to the fence. This game really emblematic of the international side of the ISC. Called strike 3 on that inside corner to Boland. Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, of course Canada, looking to see if we have anybody from the US here, but I don't see it. not in this game, or at least not on the field at the moment, but Marco Diaz, who pitched last night for the Chiefs, is on the U.S. team. First pitch swinging, Colin Walsh. Two-hopper out to Lenny Villavazzo, and he is thrown out easily at first. So Tyler Pauli, the local Mitchell native, didn't have to go far to come to the park. Grew up playing here. Dad, Jeff Pauli, still active in the game in the Legends division with the Coburg Force this year, and they'll be in action at 12:30. And this one skipped in by Godoy. Bruno's probably wishing that Josh was catching whenever he has to wear one of those. Can't find that outside corner just yet. Bruno's going to hang on to it and have a quick word for home plate umpire Genevieve Gaudreau. We'll give you a shot of the umpire, Kim. You can see it just on the right shoulder there. We'll give you a look at that in a minute. They're going to ask if he went. No, says Kelly Murphy. Three and one to Tyler Pauli. 2 down in the inning. Strikeout and a ground out. Pauli looking to be the first base runner for the Express. In with the changeup. Talked about having a world-class changeup. Roman Godoy, as hard as he throws, can gear that down, and it is really tough to do anything with that pitch. Called strike 3. Tyler Pauli down on strikes. Another 1-2-3 inning for Roman Godoy and the Hill United Chiefs. Now through to complete. The Chiefs. The flyer, yep. So these two teams are going to play again on Thursday night at Oneida Ballpark in Southwold, Ontario. You just saw the poster there. Just outside of London in Ontario. If you're in the region, come down and watch a great ball game between two great teams. If you can't make it, that game will be on Softball Premier TV. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd will bring you the action on Thursday, June 20th. Make sure you tune in. Upstairs to Brad Esical. Brad singled in the first. We thought he was caught stealing to end the first, but evidently Bruno Matroni was the last out of that inning. Hot shot. Brandon Horn grabs that down at third base on the line. Not much gets past Brendan Horn at third. He made a whale of a play on Friday night, a real hot shot similar to that, but it came up on him on the bounce and then had the presence of mind to spin and throw to second base to get a force play. So Nick Shales, who lined one out to left field, Travis Jones a couple of steps over to make the grab. That was ending the first inning. And this one is popped up. Foul territory over in behind first. Tyler Pauli will range over to the fence and make the grab. So very quickly, 2 down here in the top of the third. And Bruno Matroni will step back in. A little bit extra from that one from Adam Fulkerd, but well up and out of the zone. Bruno will get the helmet back on. Up and in to Matroni, 2-0. And skips in, and Bolin has it ricochet off the pads. Upstairs, ball 4 to Bruno Matroni. So Quentin Bruce will get his second look at Adam Fulkerd. Down on strikes in the second, leading off. Shales will come on to run for Bruno Matroni. Still a good trade, just not quite as good as it would have been with Nick White. Foul back into the glove, strike 1. And a big cut that comes up empty, and Bruce 0-2 on Adam Fulkerd. That steady breeze, which has been constant here all weekend, picks up again, 1-2. Blowing pretty much straight in now from center field. The microchips for pets sign is lifting up off the fence just a little bit, just off center. Skipped into Boland, and Shales will take advantage of that and make his way up to second base. 2-2 now the count. Fulkerd will check the wristband for the signs now with the runner on second base. Called strike 3. Bruce turns before the arm even goes up. Fulkerd picks up his 5th strikeout of the morning. We'll go to the home half of the third. Hill United still out in front, 1-0. Back here for the home half of the third inning, and leading off is Jason Hill. Got a couple of big games coming up in early July. New Zealand Black Sox doing a mini tour of Ontario. Tuesday, July 2nd in Tavistock. Wednesday, July 3rd in Hickson. Wayne Laulu, who's on deck, will be a part of that tour with the New Zealand Black Sox. Both of those games here on Softball Premier TV. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd will be a part of that action as well. Looking forward to tuning in for both of those. And this weekend in Simcoe, Ontario, the Hill United Chiefs Challenge. Joe Todd, Blair Setford, myself, and Peter Labardius will all be on hand to bring you the action on Softball Premier TV. So make some plans to join us next weekend as well. Jason Hill can't catch up to the big rise ball from Roman Godoy. Chases the rise ball again, just can't get there. Jason Hill down on strikes. Fourth of the morning for Godoy. So bring up Wayne Laulu, designated player for the Express, making his way over to reunite with a number of former Toronto Gators teammates. Wayne, most recently the last couple of years with the New York Gremlins, picked up another ISC World Championship last year. The Gremlins beating this Bear Creek team in the final at Circle Tap. Inside corner, just off of it rather. Wayne Laulu, Boland, Tommy Anoka. That's in for a strike. Sean Cleary, of course, Justin Schofield, all members of that 2016 ISC World Championship team. Interrupted the run of the Chiefs. 13, 14, 15, and 17 for the Chiefs, but the Gators in 2016. Three and one to Wayne Laulu. Good hitter's count. Wayne's swing is so explosive, so fast, but doesn't need to get the bat off the shoulder here. He's aboard with a walk. The first base runner of the morning for Bear Creek. Can still say the morning for about another 43 minutes, 42 minutes. Travis Jones now to the plate. The other members from that Gators team, Todd Adenaway, who's the skipper for Bear Creek this year. Terry Bader, the general manager, if you will. Larry Lynch coming aboard over at first base. Jamie Simpson, pitching coach for the Express as they retooled in the offseason. It's fought off by Jones up into one of the many trees in the in-between diamond area. Let's just call it the beer garden. That's what it is. Beautiful pavilion and facilities here at Keterson Park here in Mitchell. Couldn't ask for much better weather here than what we've had this weekend. Matroni will go out and have his defensive visit of the inning. You're allowed one player-only defensive visit like that. And this one is lifted out to center. Ezekiel ranging back to the fence. Can't come up with it, and it's gone! Home run for... No, two bases. It bounced over. Two bases only. So Travis Jones gave it a ride into the teeth of the wind, too. It hopped over the fence. So we'll have runners at second and third. Ulu starting at first, gets the 2 bases. Ground rule double. And we'll go back to the top of the shop for Jordan Pomeroy. So Bear Creek looking to answer to that 1 run that the Chiefs picked up in the 2nd inning. Good opportunity here in the bottom of the 3rd for the team in white from Chippewa on the Thames, First Nation, just down in the London, Ontario region, just a little bit past. Hill United Chiefs from Oswego, Ontario, the Six Nations area. Down and in to Pomeroy. He went down on strikes, leading things off for the Express in the bottom of the 1st. And that one misses off the corner. So 2-0. Godoy slowing the pace considerably here in the 3rd with runners aboard. Viavazo, Bolander in. Shales well off the line as he always is at 3rd. Gonzalez at first in a couple of steps, and the change-up, and only able to foul that back to the screen is Pomeroy. 2-1. If you listen to the dust-up debrief sessions, Shales talks extensively about his positioning at 3rd and why he plays so far off the line. And that's fouled back to the screen. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick's playing the percentages, and the way he sees it, and I've seen it borne out in the last couple of years, he takes away more base hits by playing towards short into what you would normally call the 5.5 hole. The rationale being that there aren't that many balls hit purely down the line, and he can get to many of them on the backhand. Chases the rise ball. Great pitch from Roman Godoy for the 2nd out of the inning. So infield will move back. Brandon Horn to the plate. Big opportunity here for Bear Creek. You don't want to squander these chances. They're few and far between, and you get guys at 2nd and 3rd with less than 2 out. You definitely want to cash. Fouled off by Brandon Horn. Nobody's been able to really square up anything, whether it's fair or foul, right now against Roman Godoy. Jones really the hardest hit ball. The only hit of the game for the Express, for that matter. Just misses downstairs. So here's a little sneak preview for you. Look for a new episode of Dust Up Debriefs coming out this week with Brad Ezekiel, hitting under pressure. This one is laced out into the gap. Waited on the changeup. Laulu and Travis Jones both score. Brandon Horn with 2 RBIs. Kept the hands back on that off-speed pitch. Drove it out to left center. 2 RBIs for the Waterloo native. And it's now 2-1 for the Express. Good bit of 2-out hitting there by Brandon Horn, one of the clutch players over the last 10-12 years in the ISC, showing how it's done. Tommy Anoka at the plate. Ground out in his first at bat. High hopper. Shales will come across and flip to first for the final out, but the damage done. A walk and a double. They both come around to score on a hard hit single by Brandon Horn. And through 3 complete, it's now the Bear Creek Express 2, Hill United Chiefs 1.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Lenny Villavazzo leading things off. Villavazzo has scored the lone run for the Chiefs here this morning. Doubled and came around on the hit error combo by Tony Gonzalez. Missing downstairs. Down and in again. Four-pitch walk to Villavazzo, leading off the top of the 4th inning. Folkert yet to have a clean inning. Gonzalez, who has been in the middle of the action all weekend here for the Hill United Chiefs. Oh, skips in and clips Gonzalez. Just lost his release point, and Tony Gonzalez will make his way painfully down to first base. Bolin and Hill have a visit with Folkert. A pair of runners aboard, get the signs worked out straight. So that does not count as a defensive visit for Bolin, as you are allowed to go out and discuss signs quickly. White down on strikes in the 2nd inning. Opportunity here, squares, pulls the bat back, strike 1. And Boland will jog out and chase Villavazzo back as nobody was covering second. Coming in was Pomeroy on the charge. Folkert with a look at the wristband. White squares again, pulls the bat back, this one down low, so 1-1. Earlier action today, Waterdown Hammer taking out the Townsend Tide 4-1. Toronto Batmen were 10-0 winners over the Oswegan Redmen. So they're playing right now, Toronto and Waterdown. The winner of that will play the loser of this. Gets the bunt down. Folkert picks it up underhand to first and gets the speedy White, but he does the job. Textbook sacrifice bunt. Somewhere Joe Todd is applauding. And the Chiefs push up 2 into scoring position. McGovern, the DP, walked in the second inning. Up in the zone. Don't get the call. Boland will take time to hold it. Villavazzo's at third, Gonzalez at second, and this one is fouled back to the screen by Josh McGovern at the plate. Hill United looking to answer back. Bear Creek Express score 2 in the bottom of the third to take the lead. Hill pushed their run across in the top of the second inning. Strike on the outside corner. One ball, 2 strikes on McGovern. DP today. He and Matrone will split the catching duty. You can see Bruno catching for Godoy. And this one is punched out to right. Villavazzo tags. Here's the throw. It's cut off by Hill. Gonzalez will move up to third, and we got ourselves a tie ball game again. Good bit of hitting there by Josh McGovern just to go with that pitch. Just flick the wrist and punch that out to Colin Walsh at right. And we're going to get a mound visit from Coach Todd Idenaway. Villavazzo with the 2 runs, and that's going to be it for Adam Folkert. Twice through the order. That seems somewhat programmed to me. Justin Schofield on in relief. We'll let Schofield take his warm-up pitches. We'll take a break, and we'll be back shortly here on Softball Premier. So we got ourselves a tie ball game. We got a new pitcher, Justin Schofield, on in relief for the Bear Creek Express. Shane Boland will step in to get his first look at Justin Schofield. Tony Gonzalez, the runner out at third, still belongs to Adam Folkert. Two down in the inning. In for a strike. The wind picks up considerably here. And a big rise ball from Schofield. Boland chases up into the eyes. Schofield primarily known for the drop and a terrific changeup. But if he can dial in the rise ball like that and get guys to chase, that becomes a big weapon for Schofield. He picked up the win against the Waterdown Hammer last night, a 3-0 victory for Bear Creek to get them to this game. And there's the rise ball again, and Boland can't lay off of that. Great bit of relief pitching from Justin Schofield. We're tied at 2, and would you expect anything less than an interesting game between these two teams? We're going to see it all season long, but you're seeing it here first on Softball Premier TV. We'll go from one Boland to another as Shane ends the inning and Ryan starts it for the Bear Creek Express and waves over the top of the changeup from Roman Godoy. 2-2 ball game. Hill United scored one in the second. They get another in the fourth. Bear Creek got 2 in the third. Chases the drop ball down. Hard one hopper, but right into the glove of Roman Godoy. As much self-defense as it is good fielding, and Roman Godoy is a very good fielding pitcher. You see how hard this ball is hit. It's going to come right back into your living room here. And then the quick toss over. So one down, Colin Walsh to the plate. Walsh hit the first pitch and grounded out to Lenny Viavazzo. That was in the second inning. called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Colin Walsh, second batter of the inning here for the Bear Creek Express. Walsh inside. Member of the Canadian national team the last couple of cycles, or 2 of the last 3 at least. Has been a regular MVP in the St. John's League off the outside corner from Ramon Godoy. Rightly claimed as the best league in Canada, although the Saskatoon League maybe wants to give them a bit of a challenge on that one. But given the number of national team players and quality ISC guys in that St. John's League, Walsh chases that inside dipper from Ramon Godoy for a strikeout. 6 on the morning now for Ramon Godoy. Tyler Pauli to the plate, who's down on strikes to end the second inning. Ball 1 low. Marco Diaz just getting up in the Hill United Chiefs bullpen, not throwing at all seriously, but just making the arm go around at the moment. Change up and fought off by Tyler Pauli. Diaz was remarkable last night, came out throwing bullets. 84 miles an hour on the gun in the first against the Toronto Batmen, and the last pitch that he threw for a strikeout to cap off a 2-1 win in his 13th strikeout of the night was also 84 miles an hour. There's a changeup at 58. Pauli judged to have offered by Kelly Murphy, third base umpire. Looked like the bat went pretty far around from here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pauli. And when you throw 78, 81 like Ramon Godoy does, 58 mile an hour changeup, and Pauli down on strikes second time here this morning. So Ramon Godoy picks up his 6th and 7th strikeouts of the day. Bradley Ezekiel will face Justin Schofield. Ezekiel, an infield hit back in the first inning. Ground out in the third. Chases the rise ball up and out of the zone, and if he's going to keep guys swinging after that pitch, and we talked about that at the end of Shane Boland's at bat. Not normally his best pitch, but it looks really good right now. Ezekiel, Shales, Matrone, 2-3-4 for the Chiefs here in the fifth inning. Little one-hopper out to Anoka and out at first base by half a step. Picked up on the backhand rather adeptly by Tommy Anoka. Again, showing some versatility here for Bear Creek this weekend. Shales, a line out to left, and then a foul fly out in the third inning. That one was over and behind the bag at first. Little fake bunt by Shales just to get the infield moving. Just put that thought into the back of the mind of everybody. Shales, Jason Hill, Steve Mullally are the three co-hosts of the Dust Up podcast. And again, look for Bradley Ezekiel, a special guest coming up on one of their debrief sessions. There's a little slow roller out to Horn, but that is called a foul off or a dead ball at least, off the foot of Nick Shales. Able to lay off. Nick has talked about his sometimes weakness to go after that outside rise ball. You just got to be careful with Nick Shales still. And this one laced right back up the middle, and that's what happens. You leave the ball out over the plate too much. Nick Shales right back where it came from and aboard with a one-out single. Bruno Matrone, evidently down on strikes to end the first inning, to the somewhat bewilderment of most of us behind the dish here. We thought that there was a caught stealing to end the first, but wasn't the case. Just up high above the letters from Schofield. So ball one to the catcher Matrone, Argentina national. Just retired from the national team squad the end of 2022. An unfortunate World Cup for Bruno, as he was injured for most of that World Cup. Just limited to a couple of pinch hitting appearances. That was it. Schofield turns, throws to second to Anoka for one, back to first, call it two. 1-6-3. Some good defense here by the Bear Creek Express. We'll go to the home half of the fifth. 2-2 between the number 2 and the number 3 teams in the rankings. All right, back here for the bottom of the 5th inning, Jason Hill in to face Ramon Godoy. First pitch swinging. This one is laced out to left, but that's going to go foul down the left side, and it'll play on the bounce. Good run by Quentin Bruce, the left fielder for the Chiefs, but unable to track that one down, but gets the ball in right away from the crowd, and back to Bolin, Shales, and over to Godoy, the 3-man relay. Marco Diaz continues to just throw nice and easy down that right field line for the Chiefs. Again, here comes the wind picking up, blowing a little bit of dust with it. Upstairs from Godoy, Hill lays off of that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hill was down on strikes in the 3rd inning. That pitch just on the inside, or just off the inside corner. Hill fouls this one straight back to the screen. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got the final set for our U20 division. It'll be the Simcoe Rostock Braves and the Plattsville Lightning. They'll face off starting 12:30 or sooner. Simcoe Rostock beating Tavistock earlier this morning, and Plattsville has knocked out the Lane Junior Stars. Misses downstairs, ball 4. Hill chucks the bat in the elbow guard. Half a yard sale as he makes his way down to first. The leadoff walk brings up Wayne Laulu. Wayne walked and scored in the 3rd, one of the 2 runs for the Express. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, ball 1, upstairs. And again, pulls the bat back. 2-0. We talked earlier in the game about how Wayne Laulu can handle the bat. We'll see if they turn him loose here with a good hitters count, 2-0. Nope, turns the bunt again, goes after this one. 2-1. Squares again, gets it down. Shale snaps the throw over the shoulder of Laulu to get Big Wayne at first. And that's some good fielding by Nick Shales, but good execution by Wayne Laulu, living up to all the billing that he can handle the bat. So Travis Jones, he doubled, ground rule double back in the 3rd. And that will be it for Ramon Godoy. As Jeff Ellsworth, you see him out there making the change to Marco Diaz. We will take a break as Diaz comes in to take his warm-up tosses. We'll be back in a moment here on Softball Premier TV. So Travis Jones to face Marco Diaz. His first warm-up pitch was 81 miles an hour. We'll see what he's got here. First pitch offering to Jones, 84 from Marco Diaz. '84 again from Diaz, and Jones just a little bit late. Got to get ready to pull the trigger just a little bit sooner with somebody who throws this hard. Probably the hardest thrower in the game right now. Schofield is going to be in that neighborhood. We'll see where he's at when he comes out the next inning. This one is going to go foul down the left side. Just a little bit behind still. So neither starter will figure in the decision. Fulkerd out after 2 2/3. Godoy goes 4 1/3. Upstairs from Diaz. Choked up a good 2 inches from the bottom of the bat is Travis Jones. Jason Hill out at second. The leadoff walk and then sacrificed up there by Wayne Laulu. Just misses downstairs to Travis Jones. Good eye to take that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the 9 batter for the Bear Creek Express. Long look in from Diaz. Wind picks up a bit from center field. And swings over a real good drop ball from Marco Diaz at 86. That's some serious gas from Marco Diaz. Tailwind from center field like Marco Diaz needs the help. Top of the shop, 2 out. Jordan Pomeroy. That misses inside from Diaz. Two 2-0 to Pomeroy. Pair of strikeouts on the morning so far for the leadoff batter from Bear Creek. Escaped for just a moment from Bruno Matroni, but quick as a cat, Jason Hill wisely danced back to second base. 2 minutes after 12. We're about an hour and 32 minutes into this one, but we're no closer to figuring out a winner. Who goes straight to the championship game? Who's got to play the extra one in the loser's bracket final? Downstairs, ball 4. Pomeroy works a walk, and that'll put 2 runners aboard. Brandon Horn, who's already got 2 RBIs in this game, an opportunity to pick up 1 or more. As as the wind picks up even more. Long look from Diaz, now set. And right to the corner, 84. And swings over the drop ball, so 0-2 quickly on Brandon Horn. Diaz trying to work out of this little jam here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jason Hill walks, sacrifice to second. And then a strikeout, and then the walk to Pomeroy. Little lazy liner to Nick Shales. That'll put paid to the bottom of the 5th. Bear Creek, strand 2. Marco Diaz does the job, coming on in relief. Gets the final 2 outs. 2-2 through 5 complete. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Hill United coming back up to the plate.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Schofield into Quentin Bruce with strike 1. And they're going to ask on that one down low. No, did not go around. Upstairs, tried to put a little bit extra into that one. This is downstairs. So 3-1 to Quentin Bruce. Quentin's probably glad to see the end of Adam Folkard. 2 strikeouts. Full count here against Schofield. Three and 2/3 innings for Schofield, for Folkard. Schofield on in the 4th, got the final out. Thanks to a double play, faced the minimum in the 5th. And foul tip in and out of the glove of Ryan Boland. Not happy with himself on that result. We'll go back to full count again. Quentin Bruce looking to lead things off for the Chiefs here in the 6th. And another foul ball. So we'll do this one more time, full count. Schofield rocks and sets. One hopper off the bare hand of Schofield to Horn, and can't get Quentin Bruce at first. Well, you don't like to see your pitchers stick up the bare hand like that, and honestly, I wonder if Tommy Anoka is able to get that on the high hop if it's not deflected. You can see it here in the replay. Schofield is about 6'2", reaches up with the bare hand. And yeah, I think Anoka is going to be in position to get that. So Bruce aboard with an infield single. Lenny Villavazzo doubled, walked, has scored both the runs for the Chiefs. And in for a strike. Brandon Horn creeping in a bit from third just to take away a bunt, but nobody is on the bunt right now. Jeff Ellsworth runs through the signs down at third. John Hill, the coach at first. John Stewart in the dugout for Hill United Chiefs. Ellsworth, the skipper. Those roles are reversed with the Team Canada coaching staff. It's Stewart, the skipper for Canada. Ellsworth and Hill, the assistants. Though I think John Hill stepping down out of that role. Villavazzo fouls this one off down the right side. That'll go out of play. Want to say hello to our good friend Varm Mattiosian, tuned in from New Jersey. Of course, Varm, longtime sponsor in the ISC network with the New York Gremlins. Greg Leather was with us yesterday, and I'm sure scouting and making notes here today as well. On the move, Bruce, the throw is tailing, and getting there late was Anoka into third, sliding safely. Quentin Bruce, so helps himself to 2 extra bases. And up into scoring position. Sack fly, pass ball, wild pitch. Quentin Bruce, a number of options now over at third base. I like the aggressiveness from Jeff Ellsworth, too, putting Bruce into motion. Some good contact hitters behind Bruce. Villavazzo, Gonzalez. Chases upstairs, a great rise ball from Schofield. He gets Villavazzo to chase, retires Lenny for the first time. It's now this afternoon. Schofield will have to bear down here to set the Chiefs down with that runner at third. Got to keep the ball in the infield. Fouled straight back to the screen. Good cut by Gonzalez. Singled back in the second inning, and then on a one-hop was hit by the pitch in the fourth. Rise ball up and out of the zone. Gonzalez lays off. Nick White on deck. Paul and Anoka are in. Hill creeps in another couple of extra steps from first. This one clips Gonzalez again on the one hop. And he's got to be thinking to himself, what do I got to do to get out of the way of these one hop pitches? Well, that'll bring Todd Idenaway out of the dugout for another visit. I haven't seen Sean Cleary up at all, or Riley Mannion. Now, they could have been throwing outside the field, but certainly there's been no activity inside the fences. So this will be an all blue nose affair. Nick White from Nova Scotia, Justin Schofield from Nova Scotia. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Tony Gonzalez. That's Lukey Biondi coming in to run number 14 for the Hill United Chiefs. And this kid can blaze. He came in to run the other night for Hill United last night and stole second base on the second pitch and ended up at third as the throw bounced out of the glove of the shortstop for Toronto, Zach Berg, I think it was at the time. So he and White, a lot of speed here right now for the Chiefs, but look for Biondi to be on the move very quickly. First pitch, he's going to have to retreat as this one is popped up. Walsh will get the throw in a hurry, and that's a big out for Schofield and the Bear Creek Express. Short right field, Colin Walsh, and a bullet home to Ryan Boland. Quentin Bruce wisely retreating back to third on that play. Biondi alertly went up to second on the throw to the plate. So some good base running there from the youngster from Argentina. Josh McGovern to the dish. Try to break this 2-2 tie. Inside corner from Schofield at the knees. Big spot here for Bear Creek, trying to work out of this jam. Two runners in scoring position. And in for a strike, 0-2, Schofield quickly ahead. Long look in from Justin. just off the outside corner. Half the Express were in the dugout almost. Josh McGovern never flinched in the box. Never a doubt from Josh. 1 ball, 2 strikes. For those wondering, Schofield has been in the mid to high 70s on the radar gun. Upstairs, that one, rise ball 75. The rise ball is always going to be a little bit slower than the drop. True rise ball with the 6 to 12 spin, the idea of the backspin creating the wind resistance. Inside to McGovern, who just leans out of the way of that one. Was on him pretty quick. So full count to Josh McGovern, who's done a good job to work himself into a full count after being down 0-2. You'd normally think drop ball here from Schofield, but the rise has been really jumping here today. Right down the middle. Not what Josh McGovern was expecting. Can't pull the trigger. And Schofield works out of that jam. Quentin Bruce stranded at third. Bionde gets to second, but no further. We'll go to the home half of the 6th. The Express coming to the plate, trying to break this 2-2 tie.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor.
Home half of the 6th we go. Tommy Anoka, Ryan Boland, Colin Walsh, 3-4-5 for the Bear Creek Express to face Marco Diaz on in relief here. Just while we got a second too, I want to acknowledge the all-female crew. Genevieve Gaudreau, Frankie Billingsley, Kelly Murphy doing an absolutely stellar job here in the winter bracket final. Proud to have this accomplishment here at ISC Canada East. In for a strike and 1-1 to Tommy Anoka. Pair of groundouts to second and third respectively in his first 2 trips to the plate. Called strike 3. Anoka down on strikes. Diaz pumps that outside corner. Boland looking for his first hit of the now afternoon. That one ball too low. Petroni sets up the outside half. That's where the pitch goes, and they get the called strike. Just off the outside corner, ball 3. 3-1 to Ryan Boland. Colin Walsh very intently watching Marco Diaz from the on-deck circle. That's a dead ball as it goes off of Boland in the box. So full count to Boland. Called strike 3, inside corner. Boland can't get the bat off the shoulder, and that's a pair of backward Ks for Marco Diaz to start the 6th inning here. Walsh will see if he can get something started here for the Express with 2 out. In with a changeup, 54 miles an hour, geared down from 84. Diaz starts Walsh with that changeup. My goodness. That'll go just foul. Dead ball. Walsh is going to try and walk off a shoe full of bees there. Frankie Billingsley popped out to call that a dead ball. Right back up the middle from Walsh, and he's aboard with a 2-out single. Tyler Pauli will get a look at Marco Diaz, and similar to Quentin Bruce, I'm sure that Tyler Pauli is glad to see the back of Roman Godoy and just see anybody else. 2 backward Ks for Tyler against Godoy. We'll see how he fares against Diaz. Fouled straight back, makes everybody, at least me, flinch. And that's downstairs. 2-1 to Pauli. Walsh not straying very far off the bag at first. Diaz shaded well towards, or not Diaz, rather, Villavazzo shaded well towards the bag up the middle. Big hole between Gonzalez and Villavazzo, but you got to pull it to get it through the hole. Beltroni sets up outside off the plate. Full count. Walsh will be on the move. Diaz shakes one, nods and finds the pitch and location. That's downstairs, ball 4, so we'll get 2 aboard for Jason Hill. Opportunity now for Bear Creek to take the lead with a runner in scoring position. Jason Hill to the dish. Strike 1, opener from Diaz. Jason down on strikes in the 3rd. Worked a walk in the 5th, got as far as 2nd. Bear Creek really haven't had a lot of looks in the game, certainly compared to the number of runners aboard by the Chiefs. And quickly in a hole 0-2 is Jason Hill. They cashed 2 runs in the 3rd. Left a couple of guys on in the 5th, but those have really been the only looks at it, other than now this inning here in the 6th for the Express. Time with a ball on the field. Not likely a foul ball coming from Diamond D, which is where the Batman and Waterdown are playing. Haven't heard a single update from that game. Maybe we'll text Joe Todd in between innings and see if we can get an update on that one. Swings over the top. Jason Hill down on strikes. The Express strand a pair here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll go to the 7th. We're still tied at 2. Who's going to win it? Stay tuned and find out.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Shane Boland leading things off against Justin Schofield. Top of the 7th inning. Knotted at 2, Hill United Chiefs, Bear Creek Express. Number 2 and number 3 in the world. And we are no closer to resolving this than we were 2 hours and 1 minute ago. Upstairs above the letters to Boland. Boland the elder disagrees. Schofield nods. To Hopper, out to Anoka, over to first. It's a little high, but Jason Hill easily collects that up for the first out of the inning. Bradley Ezekiel to the plate, 1 for 3 on the now afternoon. Singled back in the first, a couple of groundouts to the left side since. In for a strike. And leaves that pitch off the plate. Schofield calls time. He didn't like his balance or second-guessed himself on the call. Gets Bradley Ezekiel to chase upstairs. That rise ball's been popping for Justin Schofield here today. 2 down from the top of the shop. Nick Shales, a 3-batter for the Chiefs. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Schofield since coming on in the 4th. Shales singled in the 5th and was erased on the double play that ended the inning. That one to the screen from Schofield. Just off the outside corner. Schofield's going to take a bit of a walk in behind the mound, or the board at least. Two and one to Shales, 2 down here, top of the 7th inning. We've been tied since the 4th. Hill United single runs in the 2nd and the 4th as Shales fouls this one off. A pair of runs for the Express in the 3rd. There's only been one 1-2-3 inning for the Chiefs. They've left a number of guys aboard, as Folkert and now Schofield have worked in and out of jams. This one downstairs to Shales. He'll dance out of the way. The first of what will likely be many battles between these teams this season. They're going to meet again Thursday night in an exhibition game down in Southwold, Ontario. We mentioned that one earlier. You'll be able to watch that one on Softball Premier TV if you can't make it in person. Swing and a miss. Schofield gets the clean inning, racks up another strikeout to boot. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Opportunity for the Express to walk it off. And since we're talking about extracurricular activities, it'll be the New Zealand Black Sox. You'll see Wayne Laulu as part of that tour, mini tour, Tuesday, July 2nd in Tavistock, Wednesday, July 3rd in Hickson. Get to the park to see the Black Sox, the famed Black Sox. Maybe you'll even see a haka. Not guaranteed, but maybe. Both of those games also, of course, on Softball Premier TV. Change up from Godoy, floats that one in, just misses the zone. Evens up the count, 1-1. Two and one. Diaz off the plate. And 3-1 to Wayne Laulu, the big man from Wellington, New Zealand. Slightly choked up on the bat and fouls this one straight back to the screen. His swing is so quick. Continue to get the wind effect here on Diamond A at Keterson Park. Swing and a miss over the top of the drop ball in the outside corner. Marco Diaz picks up another strikeout. His 5th now of the game. Travis Jones doubled, scored in the 3rd. That was off Ramon Godoy. That one skips right past Bruno Matroni for ball 1. Travis Jones, lots of experience. Lives up in the Grey Peninsula area, up north of Wyerton. Has played with the Wyerton Nationals over the years, won an ISC 2 championship. Couple of years with the Toronto Batmen, a former winner of the ISC Canada East Player of the Year award a couple of years back. Made his way over to Bear Creek last year. Swing and a miss. Great utility player. Travis Jones can play corner infield, corner outfield. If you needed him to, he could pitch in a pinch. The Express not having David Galino in the lineup here. He'll play shortstop when he arrives. One hopper. Diaz will scoop that up and toss to first for the second out of the inning. We'll go to the top of the shop. Jordan Pomeroy walked in the fifth. Pair of strikeouts prior to that, so his fourth plate appearance. And changeup again, dials it all the way down to 59 miles an hour with that opening changeup. Has thrown at first pitch a couple of times. Bruno Matroni calling that. And for a guy as young as Diaz, who's only in his early 20s, to have an accomplished changeup like that, as hard as he throws, really a nice pitch to have in his arsenal. As we all know, there have been a lot of guys who've thrown very hard over the years, but the players at the top of the game can catch up to the hard stuff. But when you've got something like that, to keep that in the back of their minds, that becomes a very effective pitch. 2-1 to Pomeroy. Swings that one up in the zone for strike two. Will even up the count, 2-2. This game now 2 hours and 15 minutes. Two hopper right to Shane Boland, rifles that one across for the final out. We will go to extras. Can't resolve it in regulation. Come back and we'll find out who the international tiebreaker runner is going to be in the top of the eighth. So Nick Shales, the international tiebreaker runner, out at second base. Bruno Matroni at the plate. Fouls it off. No sign of a bunt from Bruno, at least on the first pitch. In previous years, Jeff Ellsworth was fairly by the book in bunting. Even early in the game, he would put the bunt on for guys. Maybe a slight change in philosophy this year. In for a strike, so Schofield quickly jumps ahead 0-2 on Matrone. 3 for 3 last night, 0 for 2 with a walk here this afternoon. Long look in from Schofield. This one is popped up to short left, foul territory, and Noak over by the fence, but can't come up with it. That's a long run right up against the fence, but that's a break for Bruno Matrone and the Chiefs. Arguably a catchable ball. Oh and 2 the count still. Schofield gets the signs from Boland. And swing and a miss on a great drop ball on the outside corner. That's a great pitch from Schofield to get Matrone. Big out. Bruce now to the plate. Quentin Bruce singled in the 6th, stole second, and ended up to third on the play. And he fouls this one straight back to the screen. Surprised there's any dirt left on the dugout to continue to blow into our eyes here. Again, a long look in as they mix up the signs with the runner on second. Swing and a miss over the top of a drop. Again, Schofield going back to his bread and butter the last couple of pitches with the drop ball. Haven't seen a changeup, at least I don't recall one from Schofield here. Outside corner, fought off by Bruce, but that's into the trees. And you see a good fan arm there to get that one back over the fence. Just upstairs and into Quentin Bruce for a ball. What's the score in the Batman game? 6-4. Batman, thank you. Final. So we got a final from Joe Todd on the loser bracket semifinal. Toronto Batmen 6-0 winners over the Waterdown Hammer. Scoring a bunch late to run away with that one are the Batmen. So they'll play the loser of this game, whenever that may be. Called strike 3, Bruce. Down on strikes. Third time today. Can't remember the last time that's happened to Quentin Bruce. 3 strikeouts. Delaney Viavazo, he's got both the Chiefs' runs, as we've talked about, doubled, came around to score in the second, walked and scored in the fourth, but down on strikes in the sixth. Schofield opens up Viavazo with a strike, a little mid-rise ball. Shales, the international tiebreaker runner, out at second base still. And 1 ball, 1 strike, as that's up and out of the zone. Schofield sets and leans, and up and in this time to Viavazo, who leans back out of the way. Two and one. Viavazo, the 6th batter in the order for the Chiefs. Defense pretty much straight up. Bolin creeps outside just a bit and chases that rise ball for strike 2. Boy, that's been an effective pitch today for Schofield. Not normally his bread and butter. We talked about that since he's come on in the 4th. And he's really got that pitch just jumping today. See if they go right back to it or if they try to bust him in with the drop ball. The high rise again, but Viavazo is not going to chase that one up and away. Full count, 2 out, 2 down here, top of the 8th. Viavazo at the plate, Mexican national. Might have expected him to be with the Mexican team at the qualifier, but they're going to play in the 3-4 game for an opportunity to try and get a wild card spot. This is lifted up in the infield. Bolin is looking for it. That's going to go foul back out of play. At Mexico qualifier, Hermosillo, one of 3 WBSC regional qualifiers. Kyle Smith, Chris Abbott are down there at that one, and they'll resume coverage later tonight. Australia and Mexico in the 3-4 game, and you win that game, you're eligible for one of the wild cards. The 2 teams that have clinched spots, the Dominican Republic and Venezuela, who has yet to lose a game. But we'll focus right here and right now. Schofield and Viavazo. Swing and a miss, gets him with that rise ball again. Schofield strikes out the side, strands Nick Shales out at second base, and an opportunity again for the Bear Creek Express to win it in the bottom of the 8th coming up. Brandon Horn, Thomas Anoka, and Ryan Boland, 2-3-4. They'll try to score. Jordan Pomeroy, the international tiebreaker runner. Horn squares to bunt, pops it right into the glove of Matroni. And one pitch, one out, just that quick. It just rolls right off the bat of Horn and right into the glove. Boy, they don't come with much more of a bow on it for catchers than they do like that. Thomas Anoka. Now, we're playing under Softball Canada rules, so he is walked without having to throw a pitch. In the World Tournament, you're going to need to throw 4 balls to Thomas Anoka, but because we're playing under Softball Canada rules with a couple of exceptions for the ISC, but the 4-pitch walk isn't one of those exceptions here this weekend. So Ryan Boland takes for ball 1. So it puts the force on. That's why you walk Anoka in that spot. Swing and a miss over a drop ball in the outside corner. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the cleanup batter. Boland, a ground ball back to then Roman Godoy, sandwiched around a couple of strikeouts. This one is flared out to left. Quentin Bruce has got a long run, but that is a bounce out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Ryan Boland. Pomeroy out at second, the runner that matters right now. Thomas Anoka is at first. Advantage here for Bear Creek. Pomeroy flies around the bases. Chopper on the mound. Godoy picks it up and tags out Ryan Boland, but he advances the runners up 60 feet. So no room now for escape, or error at least, by the Chiefs. You can't have a pass ball. There's probably about 12 feet of clearance from the plate to the fence. Depending on how it kicks, if there is a wild pitch or a pass ball, there's room for Pomeroy to score. So Colin Walsh gets the intentional walk to set up the force, and again, that's just smart but also obvious ball. Put the force on at any bag. Tyler Pauli, the opportunity in his hometown to be the hero. Diaz steps off, and he wants to talk to Bruno Matroni. And wouldn't this be fitting for Tyler Pauli to get the game-winning RBI here for Bear Creek? So Matroni back behind the dish. Diaz looking in for a sign. And step back and lean. Now it's a little flare, but it'll be foul on the left side. A walk in his last trip in the 6th. Caught looking twice before that. This one is lifted out to left. Bruce will haul it in and will go to the 9th. Bear Creek leaves the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th. We're still knotted at 2.
let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
So Lenny Villavazzo is the international tiebreaker runner out at second base. Tony Gonzalez. Alan Pecker has come out on deck. There's a chopper out to second. Pauli handles that, and up to third scoots Lenny Villavazzo. So one pitch and the equivalent of a bunt, but you don't get the credit for it. We'll see what Bear Creek elects to do here with Pecker and McGovern. Tyler Pauli creeping in. Thomas Anoka also in. There's so many ways that Pecker can hurt you. There's a line shot past Tyler Pauli. In trots Lenny Villavazzo for the go-ahead run, and immediately Alan Pecker has an impact on the game. Pauli has got to be in so tight because you have to respect the slap abilities of Alan Pecker. If he's back even 2 steps, he's probably got to play on that ball. But it's just hit so hard and it's by him so quick when he's that tight. The Chiefs are ahead. White has come back in to run, so just that pinch hit and that's it, but an RBI for Pecker. Got a big bite on Ryan Boland. Express looking for a leadoff call on White. I mean, he's holding his knee. I wonder if he strained something going down to second. But Pecker is now burned, so they can't put him in. If White can't go, they'll have to find another substitute. They've already used Biondi. And our friend the Wind is back again. So White settles in at first. McGovern to the plate. In for a strike. 0-2 to Josh McGovern. Chiefs now leading 3-2. And in for strike 3 on the inside corner. Josh McGovern caught looking. So 2 down. Back to the top of the shop for Shane Boland. Boland's 5th plate appearance today. On the move is White, throw down, not in time. Head first slide up and on the move to third, and he'll get there safely too as throw comes into Brandon Horn. And that's what makes a guy like Nick White so valuable to have in your lineup. He and Biondi and Pecker. I can't think of 3 guys faster in the game right now. Yusuf Davis runs so well, and I'm sure there's probably somebody else out there, but those 3 guys are right at the top of the game for pure speed. Boland with an opportunity to add to the Chiefs' total. This one's a chopper. That's foul down the third base side. Had a good chat with Shane last night after their game. Just so excited to get the season fully underway here. Coming up for the game on Thursday night in Southwold against the Bear Creek Express. And then right into the weekend for the Chiefs Challenge. Upstairs from Schofield. Can't get Boland to chase this time. Went after that pitch in the 4th. Villavazo has scored all 3 runs for Hill United this afternoon. Good drop from Schofield. Over the top swings Shane Boland. Full count. They've gone a lot with the rise ball in this situation. Went with the rise again and fouled straight back this time. Didn't get it quite up and out of the zone. Look for a little more elevation if they go back to it again. Schofield not a fan of the ball that he got. Prefer to have one with a little bit more wear and tear. So back to full count. We'll do this again. Upstairs, ball 4. Can't get Shane Boland to chase. Boland will call together the infield. Ryan Boland. Runners on the corners. Todd Adenaway out to chat with the infield. With 2 out, you can't just let Shane Boland waltz down to first, but you've got so much speed in the form of Nick White. It's hard to put on a play.
91 out, 31 in.
And now substitution for the Chiefs as well. So Biondi's in, but I thought they used Biondi already. Who did they use previously then? Sorry, as the... Oh, it was Tyler Brancho who was in before. So this is Biondi now. Foul down the left side, and that's going to go out of play. Catching up on our pinch runner appearances. So it's Tyler Brancho, my apologies, Tyler Brancho who pinch ran in the 6th, and it's now Biondi running for Boland here. Bradley Ezekiel, opportunity to add to the lead here for the Chiefs. There goes Biondi on the move. They faked the throw, and Nick White was only 2 steps off the bag and immediately got back to it as quickly as he could. So again, 2 runners in scoring position. Advantage to the Chiefs here, but Schofield has been able to work out of these jams in the past. Going to need his team to score in the bottom half regardless. Bat held high by Ezekiel, the waggle. He'll bring the hands down. Swing and a miss. Schofield indeed works out of it, picks up the strikeout. His 10th of the afternoon. But the Hill United Chiefs score 1. They'll take a 3-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning. We go. Express need to score 1 to tie, 2 to win.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live well for
So Jason Hill, Wayne Laulu, Travis Jones, 7, 8, 9 in the order. One of them will try to drive in Tyler Pauli, the runner out at second base, as we start the bottom of the 9th inning. Need 1 to tie to keep this game going. Jason Hill, first pitch, short left. Quentin Bruce will pull that down for the first out of the inning. Wayne Laulu. Walked, scored, sack bunt, and a strikeout most recently. Diaz kicks and deals downstairs for ball one. Boy, a real long look in from Diaz. There's a little flare, and right in behind the bag, Shane Boland for the second out of the inning. And very quickly, Diaz has rung up 2 outs, just 3 pitches. And it'll be up to Travis Jones, the 9-batter, to try and keep this alive. Diaz, this close to shutting the door and propelling the Chiefs into the championship game. Through the glove of Matroni, up to third base goes Tyler Paulai. Inches a little bit closer. Another one of those, and we could have ourselves a tie ball game. Downstairs, ball 2, so advantage to Travis Jones. Riley Mannion throwing down the bullpen for the Express. Whether or not he'll be needed depends on the next couple of minutes. Ball 3 to Travis Jones. And do you just wave him down to first and go with a fresh count to Jordan Pomeroy? I think you got to pitch to him. You don't want to willingly put the winning run on base. But that's what we're going to get regardless. So Travis Jones, a 4-pitch walk. Two out, opportunity for Jordan Pomeroy. We were in this position about 36 hours ago, Friday night, trailing by a run. It was the bottom of the 7th then. It's the bottom of the 9th now. But Pomeroy poked one out to center field and won the game for the Express. Todd Idenaway is going to have a quick chat. So Diaz sets. And that's 5 straight balls from Marco Diaz. None of them really close. You change up the pitch with 5 drops in a row, all of them off the outside corner, all of them right in the dirt at the plate. Make it 6. And this is the occasional knock on Marco Diaz. His control wanders. He's been lights out since he came on. And time called, a ball on the field, an errant ball from the Express bullpen. Make it 7 straight balls from Marco Diaz, and he's doing some soul searching out there in behind the board right now. Maybe look for a rise ball to change the pattern. Just throwing the same pitch over and over again right now. There's something different. There's a strike. 3-1 to Travis Jones, to Jordan Pomeroy. Travis Jones is out at first. reason to chase here if you're Pomeroy. Chopper out to short. Boland will flip to second. That is the ball game. Marco Diaz bends, but he doesn't break. The Hill United Chiefs will make their way to the championship game with a 3-2 9-inning victory over the Bear Creek Express. Hard-fought game between these two teams. We're going to get reset here on Softball Premier TV and on the Diamond. Bear Creek will be right back at it against the Toronto Batmen. We'll have about a 15 to 20 minute break, and then we'll be right back with you. Let's call it 1:45 when we get back.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.